else that is running up is time. Time is up. Car had a... Love it when the car has a panic attack in the middle of the road. Speaking of running up, time is running up for the end of the year for hats to get and to have my hat total count. And I got something from Exclusive Fitteds. This was, I'll show you here in a moment. I don't buy as much from Exclusive Fitteds. It's not to say that the number one hat channel on YouTube doesn't like them. It's just that I buy so many other hats that there's other places I got to look at, and yes, sometimes I go to other places more often. But Exclusive Fitteds has always had kind of a underlying sense for me of, man, if those hats just didn't sell out, I would have gotten that. Or if I was quick enough, I would have gotten it while it was still, sitting. So I saw someone on FHS. They had posted this hat, and most people, there's a few people out there that will just, for the sake of stats, pad their reaction or their interaction stats of, they'll put up a like gif, or they'll just say nice, no matter what the hat is, even if it's a hat like mine where it was to honor an athlete injured, murdered, before the hockey season began, and it's just it's like, okay, pretty dumb, whatever. But I will usually ask, where is this from? This looks cool, unless they mention it. This traffic is horrendous. I really miss COVID days when no one was on the road. Me being considered an essential worker is a lot easier. While I'm crawling to a stoplight here, because no one knows how to drive, it's been, the last few months has been a lot of overwhelmingness of the new hockey hats, where I've had hockey hats for a while. It's a great example. Also, Spidey J's birthday. Already wish him a happy birthday out in Buffalo. And it's been very overwhelming, and I'll touch on this a little bit more, overwhelming on having these NHL New Era hats back. I've had them, but I've also had 47 brand as well with hockey hats to get my needs met. So, jeez, I don't have a knife exactly with me. The tape wasn't well done. There we go. And this one technically is not in my size of 7/5/8, so I got a half, and it's easier to stretch out a hat than it is to shrink a hat. I am addicted to these off-white hats. It's got gray UV. It's Blackhawks. This is my first all-star side patch. I finally got this. Even the cross in the back, the shield in the back is all colored out in Chicago flag colors. This is epic. Yeah. Let me put this hat on before we start to get moving. Okay, it is a little tight, but again, it is easier to stretch out a hat, and especially when I bend the brim, that will help it. Toyota! It's called a gas pedal. Just because your cars are the best on the road doesn't mean you're the best drivers, you dipshits. God. Sorry. Gonna be late to work for sure. Oh well. But yeah, a little tight, but this is the only one that was available, so you have to. Again, it'll be easier to stretch it out. And it is on the I think everyone has their own like definition. For me, this is tighter than I would really like. Not just like, oh, it's a little tight, a little skosh, but it's decently. It's not like what a 3/8 would be, where like that would like completely not fit. This is just uncomfortable tight in a way, but it's what was available. Big thank you to my boy Johnny out in California, gun show, and letting me know through among all the reels that he'll send me some hats that I might have missed, and appreciate him looking out for me. And there are some hats where I've seen before, it's like, oh, I should get that, and then I miss out. But this one, I in a way was able to supplement. And from my math, this should be my 800th hat in my collection, actually. So kind of a cool thing. Yeah, red button on the top. The Chicago flag colors are this bright blue, sky blue. It's meant to represent the north and south side on the 2 bars on the flag. Blue for the river, and then the red stars. There's 5 of them. No, there's 4 of them. There was talks about getting a 5th star in the last few years if Chicago was to host the Olympics in 2016, but didn't. And then the white background. It's a very iconic flag. It's one of the best flags out there, regardless of city, state, country, providence, whatever. Especially with the All-Star logo. I am getting one pre-order from Toppers Bronx, and that's set to pre-order. It's supposed to ship out later this month. So, but there have been other places that have had this one available, and I really wanted this one for the history of it. This is where the tradition, one of the greatest sports traditions. This was during '91, and the Persian Gulf War had just started. I forgot to turn my blinker on. Dumb Kia driver. I know. And I don't know how deep into the conflict America was, but it was well enough where a lot of support for it at the beginning there. And during the national anthem, everyone just started clapping. And that was in the old Chicago Stadium. And that organ was, from what I've heard, is massively huge. It was just ridiculously big. I mean, it was such a loud organ that there was a boxing match in the 1930s that the organist pulled out all the stops on the organ, part of the instrument, laid on one note. It was so loud, everyone just quieted, and they all just dispersed. Everyone left in quiet, or in a murmur. Only the great story my Uncle Eric tells. But this is a tradition that still to this day, you have the Dallas Stars, the Golden Knights, I think the Atlanta Braves do this. Capitals might do this. But there are some teams where the team name is in the lyrics of the anthem. So, be quiet, people might be singing along, but not loud enough. Like at a European soccer match where, everyone's singing the anthem. But in the case of everyone, kind of in the murmur, and then it'll be through the night. Everyone screams night, or the stars. And people have always, I've heard people say, like, well, it's so rude. It's disrupting the anthem. It's supposed to be symbolic. You got to reflect on it. You got to be quiet. It's supposed to honor the troops, current and who have fallen, and it's like, okay, it's our song. We can sing with it, can clap to it. When we clap to it. I mean, back in now I have to say in the first term of President Trump, when he would kind of go off about how unpatriotic some of the athletes were just because they expressed themselves with kneeling during the anthem. He never looked to the Blackhawks fans. He always tried to look at some of the other more conservative areas and see, where they were more patriotic. But we clap to this day, through and through, even through the good days of Blackhawks and through the bad days and the shitty days and current days of the Blackhawks. We clap all the way through, starting from 90, starting from here. And I think it's just a long time tradition. I think with Chicago tradition in sports, they carry on. It's not like they die out. Okay, the tradition of the Bulls having a three-peat every so often, that died out. That tradition died out. Or getting to the playoffs is a tradition that has kind of died out in Chicago. Otherwise, the Bears, the W flag, Blackhawks clapping, those are huge traditions that Chicagoans have kept on. And that's kind of a big reason why I for sure wanted this side patch. I mean, it's a great looking side patch to begin with, the logo. Pretty simple in actually, noticing now the star points are in different colors, just like on the logo. In the original logo, it had different 5 star points. So this is a good hat. This is, Chicago colors. And there's could have used like the Tommy Hawksy, but I think this Hawks logo is pretty standard. It has like the best, or one of the 3 best NHL logos. You just don't mess with it, so you kind of use it through and through. And a lot of metallic shine to the side patch for sure. And even the face is all glittery. It's bejeweled. So this kind of sucks, because I thought I had my top 10 hats for the year all set to go, and then Exclusive Fitted has this come out, and I gotta reshuffle everything. You guys gave me more work to do. It's enjoyable work. Alright, running late here. It's traffic. I'm saving them anyways because I'm probably going overtime, and we're being watched like hawks for overtime, so I'm kind of doing you guys a solid, management here, kind of doing you guys a solid for coming in late. So, you're welcome. Really, really nice hat. Oh, missed the turn. And speaking of Blackhawks and Chicago traditions, Chelsea Dagger. That's one that's been going on for 15 years or so. It's going to keep carrying on, even after the glory days. But go Hawks. Gray UV2 is awesome. This is just an awesome hat. I'm very addicted to this off-white coloring. Would have liked if it was a red or probably a blue flag, but still just top 10, top 5. I don't know where it's going to be. Stay tuned for my top 50 hats for the year when it's over, and hats off to you as always. I'll see you next time in class, everyone. Bye.